Do you want to learn how to achieve a natural glow on your base without having to use highlighter? Well, then you're in the right place, because today we are not going to be using an external highlighter. And what I mean by external is a powder or cream highlighter on top of makeup, because I've learned recently that a lot of people don't actually like using highlighter. It's the kind of thing we see all over social media. Not a lot of people actually like using it because they just find it as an extra product that goes in a very small area and they find it quite dated, which I totally get, by the way. So what I want to do today is show you the makeup artist's version of creating a very natural glow without the use of highlighter. So what we will be using is a specific product that can help give you that glow, but it isn't all relying on that, so you don't have to use this specific product. You can just continue with the rest of the steps. So let's get straight into it. And if you do, by the way, like videos like this that really kind of deep dive into exactly what the issue is and trying to resolve it and give you better kind of options of techniques and everything, then please do hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell button, because it means you won't miss my next video. So, okay, let's get on with this. Now, I have my primer on. I didn't want to make this one of those videos where I'm like, you need to get a glow primer or a primer which is like, gives you that lit from within glow, because I don't want you to have to go out and kind of like replace your usual primer. I just want you to stick to the products that you usually use, right? And I'm trying to keep it very minimal. So there's probably like one product in here that you're like, you could potentially go out and get, but it doesn't mean you can't achieve a glow without it. You can still achieve it without it, but this will just give you a bit more of that. It will give you that lit from within glow. Like I mentioned, I have my primer on already. I've just got my usual Milk Hydro Grip. I stick to pretty much the same primer all the time, and you've probably seen this on many of my videos. I only usually change it if, for example, my skin is feeling considerably more drier than usual or dehydrated, or my skin's a bit tired and kind of like dull. Then I'll kind of use maybe my Anastasia Hydro Prime. Is it Hydro Prime? Yeah, Hydro Prime, because it's like more hydration in there. But otherwise I generally tend to stick to the same, you know, primer. So that's why I wanted to just make this really easy for you and just relatable and just realistic, you know. I don't have any makeup on my face. What I am going to do very quickly is, because I do like doing this before I actually kind of start with my makeup sometimes, not all the time. If I remember, then I like kind of putting the gel, my brow wax, through my brows before I actually start with the makeup, but most of the time I forget. So I just want to do this right now. This is just my Benefit Fluff Up Brow Wax. Love it, but just not enough comes out. So let's get this in the brows. Just brush them up. Let that dry a bit. Okay, next step is I'm going to be using my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, Hollywood Flawless Filter in number 6. And I'm putting this all over. This is the product I said that if you want to get this, you can. It's an absolutely amazing product, but you don't have to. You can still get that kind of glow without it, but this does give that really nice, almost like red carpet glow to your skin. Just kind of apply this everywhere. It's kind of like, I would say, a glow booster. That's the best way to look at this. It's a glow booster, but you don't have to use it. So if you do want to go out and purchase something, I would highly recommend this. It is a great product, but you don't have to. No pressure. There's never any pressure on this channel. Now, this is where we go in with the foundation. And by the way, I just want to add, I'm keeping this very kind of precise. So what I mean by that is I really do want to just target the actual glow base that we're doing. I'm not going to go into like eye makeup and all that stuff. I just want to keep it very simple and focus on the issue at hand. Let's go in with a foundation. At this point, you really want to choose a foundation that isn't matte or semi-matte, because if you go for a matte or semi-matte foundation, what happens is it doesn't allow the light to bounce off. It actually absorbs light, which does a couple of things. One thing, it does actually enhance texture and fine lines and any kind of unevenness in the skin, but it also doesn't give you that glow. So you're less likely to get it because there's nothing for the light to bounce off of. By the way, I just want to add, it doesn't have to be a dewy foundation or a foundation that has the word glow in it. Please don't fall for all that rubbish. It's either a matte foundation or it's kind of not. So you don't have to go out and buy a foundation that says glow on it in order to get this glow that I'm going to show you. All I would say is stay away from a matte foundation or a soft matte foundation, because that isn't going to give you the finish that you need in order to be able to get a natural glow. We're going to go for a really good foundation. We're going to be going for the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation in Barcelona. And I've got one pump on my hand. And I'm using my Makeup by Mario F1 brush. And I am just going to go through the center of my face and get a really thin layer on. And then it gradually kind of like goes out to the side. I don't like to apply a lot on the edges, on the perimeter of my face. Now my face is looking quite warm, and that's actually because of the Hollywood filter that I've got on underneath, because that's quite a warm shade that I use. But once I put the concealer on, my face is going to brighten up a bit, so it will all kind of like balance out pretty well. Now, a very thin layer is what we've applied, so just remember that, because you don't want too much product on your skin. Now, you also want to go for a concealer which isn't matte or soft matte. So you want to go for something that is, I would say, you know, maybe you can go for something that says radiant on it, but again, there are plenty of concealers that don't necessarily say radiant and they are still radiant. So I would go for something like the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. And this is because I genuinely do actually really like the finish of this. So what I'm going to do here is just apply this where I usually do. This is another concealer that, well, not another concealer, I think I said it about the brow wax, that a lot doesn't come out, which is good for some people, but I feel like it's the case for this as well. Okay, that's enough. Now this isn't so heavy, but at the same time, it also isn't so kind of like transparent that it doesn't give me any coverage. Now I'm just spraying my sponge. I just bounce it on the back of my hand a couple of times. And then what I'm gonna do is go into this, but I really wanna try and keep it in the area that I want the coverage in the lift there. I don't really wanna spread it around other areas because I don't want that heaviness anywhere. I mean, this doesn't really give you a super heavy finish anyway, but I don't need the coverage anywhere else on my face, so I'm really kind of sticking to this area. By the way, have you subscribed to the Beauty Breakfast Club? It is my online publication all about beauty, wellness, health, mindset, a bit of style thrown in. You're gonna love it. There's a really cool community on there. We've got like 8,000 people already as part of the community, and it's free to subscribe to, so you can actually see some of the site. Like there's a free newsletter every kind of week or so roughly. And then if you go for the paid version, then you get to unlock everything. It costs you the same as getting yourself one coffee a month. And there's a new newsletter every 2 days. So there's a lot that you're missing out on if you're not the paid subscriber. But the best thing that you get from the paid subscriber option is the fact that you can join the group chat on Substack, which is the platform, and it's amazing. That group chat is so, honestly, so good. I had someone message me the other day saying, oh, what's the WhatsApp group chat? And I'm like, there's no WhatsApp group chat. It's on a Substack. So just wanted to be clear there. It's on Substack. There's a group chat on there. So once you join the platform, that doesn't cost you anything to join the platform, but if you join the paid subscriber for my publication, thebeautybreakfastclub.com, then you get to be part of the group chat. And it's all about beauty in there. Everyone's chatting about beauty, and you get to ask me any questions directly as well, and I answer them. So can't wait to see you there. So you can see we've spread this product around the eye area. It's kind of like where we wanted that coverage anyway, but everywhere else, we're kind of like keeping it pretty simple. So remember I said it's going to balance out. You see what I mean? Because my face was looking a little bit warm. Now whatever's left on this, let's just take this onto the lid. Just get a thin layer there. This next step is pretty crucial, I would say. So what you want to do is you want to get a setting spray that you currently use. It can be any kind of setting spray, like for example, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Filter, the Makeup by Mario one, or this one, which is what I'm going to use, which will give you that added glow. This is the Laura Mercier Translucent Hydrating Setting Spray. I'm trying to get too many words out all at once. Let's start again. This is the Laura Mercier Translucent Hydrating Setting Spray Ultra Blur. This gives you glass skin, so it will really give you that glow. So what we want to do here, and like I said, you can use a different setting spray if you want to. You don't have to use this. I'm going to apply this in strategic areas. If you're using the normal setting spray, you can kind of spray that all over, I think, and you're okay. With this, you really get the glow where you spray it. So I don't want to spray this all over. I'm actually going to apply this along here, the perimeter of the face, because that's where it's normal to get that glow. Through the center, most people don't necessarily want it matte, but they do want to make sure that they're not going to crease later in the day, and that does require a little bit of powder for that. That's the only way you're going to kind of like avoid any creasing through the day. Having that kind of glow on the perimeter of the face gives you that natural dimension to your face. Once the light hits it, because you can already see the light hitting off of this foundation is giving that kind of glow to my skin. The minute any powder goes on, it's going to mattify it, and then it's going to absorb all of the light. So what we want to do is avoid applying so much powder there, but we also want to really kind of boost the glow a little bit more. So we had step 1 of boosting the glow, which was the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. You don't have to use that. We've got step 2 of boosting the glow, which is this product here. You don't have to use this. So those two are like kind of, I would say, like I said, glow boosters, but you can still get the glow or some kind of glow without those two as well. If you follow this routine, you maybe use a different setting spray or hydrating spray. So yeah, a hydrating spray is a good one too, right? So, okay, let's spray this along the perimeter. We're going to keep that side because we may use that again. I feel like that went on my hair more than anything. No, it did go on my face, but yeah, it kind of went on my hair too. Okay, what we want to do now is just add in things like any blush and kind of sculpting that we might want. I'm going to use my Patrick Tar Creme Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo, and she's sculpted. We're not going to use powder because we want to avoid having to use powder. I'm using my Hourglass Ambient Lighting brush. Got it on the brush. I then go onto the back of my hand to make sure there's not too much product on here. And then I'm just going to sculpt my cheekbones here a little bit. There you go. I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to go on the sides of the nose as well. Okay, now for blush, I want to use something a little bit more pink. That's what I'm feeling. You want to be careful with cream and liquid blushes because some cream and liquid blushes do look pretty kind of, they can be drying, such as the Dior Blush Soft Filter. That's a great blush, but it is a little bit drying. I'm actually going to use this one because I'm feeling a bit of peach. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil in Papaya Pop. I'm using my Hourglass 15 brush. Get some of this onto the brush, then onto the back of my hand. And then onto the top parts of my cheekbone. This is a really pretty colour. How pretty is this? There you go. Now we want to set, and this is where you want to be very strategic with where you set. So we're going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Powder in medium. I've got my Real Technique setting brush. Now, first thing we want to do is do the eyelids. We're going to get rid of any creasing that's in there. Let's just get that done. I'm using a pressed powder because when I want to be very precise with my application for powder and I'm only applying it on certain areas and I really want to keep it just in those areas, then I use a pressed powder because you can be a bit more strategic with your placement. Okay, so now we're going to go down the nose, just on the side of the nose because that no one likes shine on those bits there. Now we're going to very quickly take out any creasing from the under eyes. We're going to set this under eye area. Can you see how it's literally just setting where I'm pressing? That isn't always the case with loose setting powder. Okay, under eyes are done. I just want to do this area here because I don't like that to be shiny. And then anywhere you have any texture that you don't want to see, you can either use the big, like this brush, or if you want to be precise because you really don't want to get the powder into kind of like other areas, use like a fluff brush. This is my BK Beauty 201 brush. Go into this, it's a bit more precise. And I just go on top of the little areas that I have, which I have texture on, that I don't want to kind of like enhance with any glow. There you go. Maybe around the brows a little bit there. So it's just about using a different brush. I feel like a lot of the time we forget that actually if you use a different size brush, you can be very precise with your application and you can get done exactly what you need to get done. Let me do my brows very quickly here. Let's do that super quick. Let's just do a light natural brow. Just so that you can see what this whole look looks like. This is my Benefit. Precisely my brow pencil. I'm literally just doing a very natural brow. There you go. Let's just curl the lashes so that, you know, it just kind of looks, it just pulls together the whole look a little bit, you know, because otherwise I feel like even if I don't want to put mascara on and I just curl my lashes, that makes a huge difference and it just kind of ties everything together and doesn't look like I've left something out. Okay, I'm just gonna put some of my Dior lip maximizer on. This is my Vive lip liner in Aphrodite. It's just a really kind of natural lip line. Okay, can we see that we've got that glow still coming through, right? Now, if you want to boost that again, what we can do is add a little bit more of this spray. Again, perimeter of the face. If you want to go in with the spray all over, you can do that, but you're going to end up getting a bit of glow there, especially if you use that particular spray. Can we see how it's just boosted it a little bit more, right? So what I would recommend is keeping that middle section kind of for your powder. Everywhere else, you don't need to add powder because you've actually applied much less makeup there anyway. So when we first applied our foundation, we went mainly in the center and then slowly built it out, but it's got the thinnest amount there. It should never look like there's a lot of makeup along the perimeter of your face. It's mainly the center that needs it, but you still need to blend it into the perimeter of the face so it doesn't look so disconnected. Then we have a nice kind of like cheek blush that also gives you a little bit of a glow. That's like not a matte kind of blush. It does kind of like almost like just make the area look a bit healthy and glowing, as you can see here. You can really see that kind of like cheekbone coming out there with the glow because the light's bouncing off of it. That's where you get that glow, by the way. I just want to reiterate that glow on your skin is all to do with the finish of your makeup. So if you can keep that area as kind of like fluid as possible, but with the thinnest layers, then there's something for the light to bounce off of. Don't apply any powder on any area that you want to have glow if you're not going to be using an actual highlighter after. So I really do hope this has helped. Short and sweet, very specific to the issue, but hopefully you can see how I've really made my skin glow without actually using any highlighter. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, let me know. Everything is listed in my description, so you can head on over and click on the links and it will take you straight to it. Don't forget there are kind of discount codes there too, so keep an eye on those because you don't want to miss out on a little bit of a discount. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next video.